Hold on, give me a second. I'm doing my analysis today. I discovered that I should have looked at GBP a little bit more. Okay. Let's head up straight to our chat. Let me share my chat. I think that I've given enough people time to get into the room. Okay. Can you see my chat?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so I won't waste your time. I'll cover my pair. So the next instructor will cover their pair quickly to keep us within the same time frame. Let's head up straight to the default. This one, this is my own default profile. These are the pairs I trade regularly. Now let's look at crude oil. If you were here in the last, God knows how long, since here, they have been telling people that you should buy crude oil. Only God knows the kind of profit you will have seen. Now, I told you that when the market is in this kind of situation, you just look for slight pullbacks and you buy crude oil. Now, however, crude oil has come to a very interesting level at 160. Now, most professional forecasters forecasted that crude oil will get to 120 maybe by mid 2022. But because of how fast and the crisis that nobody imagined, crude oil has almost touched 120. It stopped at 118. Now, this is on weekly time frame. If you walk back to daily, you'll notice that on Thursday, crude oil did a sell-off to give it space to breathe. This move here was a sell-off to give crude oil space to breathe. The oscillators were already overbought across all time frames. So crude oil needed a space to breathe. Now, but if you walk your chart down to H4, you will now notice that the chart starts to look like it makes more sense now. It's not just a straight line because laws of rule reversal, the broken resistance turns to support. There was a broken resistance here, this level. It came and it turned to support at this level. Now it turned to support again at this level and has taken it out. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted a bit. Now, let's clear all of this. We'll see that crude oil is itching for a new high. Now, what I'll be waiting for now, this is looking as if it's a double top. So, but will the market respect it? I don't know. But if it does, I'll be waiting for the market to fade back down to here at least before I'll be considering a buy to continue the market. Now, why I'm looking at the possibility of crude oil losing steam is that the fundamentally, Iran is finally about to reach a nuclear deal with US that will finally allow Iran sell their crude oil on the global market. Now, even if US wanted to do shakara before, with the cost of crude oil pursuing 120 before the end of the first quarter, it will put pressure on them to accept Iran's deal, and maybe they can increase the supply of crude oil into the market. So we'll be watching this, we'll be watching crude to see that if there's a deal announced, crude will sell off. It will create space, to create breathing space for crude. What next is I'm going to look at will be Euro USD. Euro USD, I'll quickly look at it. On monthly, it came back to test a very nice trend line that I forgot I drew, if I'm being honest. Because I was doing my analysis today, I went to look and like, there was this trend line here. But because of this pressure, there's enough reason for Euro USD to find support from where it is. But because of the pressure and the uncertainty in the market and market participants looking for safe haven, I would rather wait for Euro USD to come back and test this low, this bottom here, before it makes a move up. Now, that was monthly, so you think it's far, but if you start breaking it down, you start to see that it's not all that far again. Euro USD made what is referred to as an amateur gap in H4 last week. Last week, you can see that Euro USD closed here and decided to open here, telling you of sellers' pressure that pushed the market in. Now, the market has filled this gap with this move, and the sell has started. So, this sell now has started, and because of this large, what is it called, momentum downwards, and if you go to the larger time frame, you see that in the short term we're in a downtrend. So I'll be looking for opportunities to sell. I don't think the downtrend has been exhausted for Euro USD yet. Maybe there might be a pullback to retest this zone or even as high as here. So I'll be waiting for a pullback to continue the sell-off in Euro USD. Now I'll go to H4 and wait for the price at my first entry, my first comfortable entry for this market will be at 1.10500. This hidden level here will be my first perfect entry, 1.10500 for a sell. Whatever the market does, it will buy, sell. When it comes back to this level, 1.10500, I'll be looking to sell. Now, there's also this level, but I won't be comfortable selling from this level. This might be an aggressive entry at 1.09, might be a very aggressive entry, but I will prefer my entry at 1.0500 for Euro USD. And straight off to, no, I'll leave USDs. GBP USD is printing something similar to, what is it called? Euro USD. Currently sitting below 50 moving average on monthly, so it's looking like it's a downtrend. But I would wait for this market to come back to retest this level at 1.31500 before I'm looking to fade the move, the correction, before I'm looking to buy the correction, because there will be a correction. I'm waiting for the market to come to this low, maybe dip a candlestick below and pull back a week from this level before I'm looking to buy the correction back up to 1.3400. Now, GBP on its own, GBP has been oversold. A good place to look for where to fade GBP moves will be in GBP AUD and GBP NZD. But because of the uncertainty in the market and traders looking for safe haven, I cannot stream it enough. GBP AUD, because AUD is positively correlated to gold, GBP AUD has sold aggressively. For the past 2 weeks, it's all what it took GBP AUD 12 weeks. 12 weeks is 3 months. He did it in, he ate it back in 3 weeks. What it took GBP AUD 12 weeks to do, he ate it back in 3 weeks. And this is just basic, how Mr. Jones puts it. This is basic order blocks. The market came to an order block and he rejected. It came to a very significant level of resistance and he rejected. And after rejecting, if you go to the lower time frame, it broke this our trend line. We tested the trend line and started pouring like water. Now, this move, yes, as I've taught in the advanced class, what you see on your technical analysis, your chart usually has a fundamental driver behind it, pushing it. So this move, yes, was fundamentally driven, but even if you are not going to sit down for all of that move, in daily, the market gave us a double top before it started falling. And I can remember somebody pointing out the fact to us a couple of weeks ago that there was a dark cloud cover in GBP AUD. Here gave us a dark cloud cover. market closed. The next daily candle opened above it and sold and engulfed it completely. And we're like, we're going to watch for a pullback and a sell-off and see what the sell-off has given us. If you don't understand these things, like FSPs has put themselves through this, I'll call it stress, but it's our joy to teach you people these things. And it was a student of ours that pointed out the fact that this was a dark cloud cup. This was the perfect entry. If you entered around here, it was okay, maybe. But once you have seen this, this was your perfect entry into this market. And see how many pips the market did. So now, without further ado, I'll show you what I am looking at in this market. Now, this market has oversold. It has done its own fair share of madness. So I'll go to a lower time frame and wait for maybe a bullish candlestick opens this market and gives me a morning star here. I don't know. Market is reactive, not predictive. So you would wait until the market reacts and shows you what is willing to show you. But for me, GBP AUD is completely so this is GBP NZD. GBP NZD is completely oversold. So we'll be looking to fade this move back up. And I forgot to mention that although AUD did not raise their rates, although AUD did not raise their rates, they were quite hawkish in their last rates decision. NZD too raised their rates. So there were a lot of things pushing this market over last week. Now, this is GBP AUD completely oversold. The same thing happened. And if you have been in a class of mine when I'm teaching chart patterns, you will know how much I love head and shoulder patterns. Whenever you see head and shoulder patterns, the market is screaming for a change, a reversal in trend. Head and shoulder, the market poured down this madness. Shoulder, head, shoulder, the market poured down this madness. So whenever you see a head and shoulder, you should be gearing up for a powerful sell. Now, but this market is completely oversold. So, but you cannot just buy it at anywhere. So now I'm looking to buy this market at this level. Here. Whatever pulls this market, because I don't think this momentum has finished. So it will trickle down, it will trickle down, first it will trickle down into this zone. It might trickle down into this zone. And in this zone, I'll comfortably take a buy, fading this move. Because this move will be faded. GBP won't stay weak forever. But when there's this kind of move like this, we anticipate the retracement. Now, when this market has made this move or has completed this move, if you're a Fibonacci trader, you can pull out your Fibonacci trader and fade this move to at least 38.2. I'm not even looking at 50 or 61.8. You can fade this move from if it gets to here. But the market hasn't gotten to there. Like I've said countless times, trading is reactive, not predictive. Then I'll cover BTC just one more time, quickly through BTC.
You take the move to where, please?
For GBP AUD,
Yes, sir.
if once the market starts buying, I'll fade it back to at least this level first. But my 38.2 level, let me bring up my Fibonacci. I've put it to you that market is reactive, not predictive. So I shouldn't predict where the market will go. But out of a certain level of experience, I think the market will get to here first and stop. So I'll fade it to, sorry. Yeah, somewhere around there. I'll fade it to this 38.2 move, what is it called? 38.2 Fibonacci level when the market has given me a reason to buy. If the market doesn't give you a reason to buy, do not buy this market. You'll be trapped on the wrong side of the trade. By giving you a reason, either the market has given you a double bottom or a head and shoulder, an inverse head and shoulder, or a cup pattern, or maybe a falling wedge into a support, telling that the move has been tired and the move has exhausted its momentum. But until the market gives you a reason to fade this move, do not fade it yet. But keep in mind, keep it on your watch list. GBP AUD is going to buy maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. The market has sold and has stretched. It is time for the bulls to take over the market. Now, quickly, through BTC so that other people who have analysis can go on trade the analysis. If you have been following our BTC analysis, you will have caught this buy. Because every week I try to make sure if I'm doing analysis, I point out the buy. I point out BTC. Now BTC came to this our zone and it rejected from this zone, moving back up to 45,000, and now it's fading back. Now, for now, BTC will continue to consolidate within this level for a while and maybe put its head lower self. But until it finishes this consolidation, I'm not willing to buy BTC until BTC gets to the next major support zone, which is anywhere between $27,000 and $28,000. Now, for now, all I'll see for BTC is consolidation, sideways movement within this zone. Now, a break of this sideways movement can lead to a significant move lower or a significant move higher. But if the market gets to 28,000, because of previous orders that were here, we are seeing that there were previous market orders here. Please turn down your mic.
Silas, why is this?
Now, the market will, if the market comes back to here, I'm looking to enter this market for a buy. Why? Because I have previous precedents, previous reasons to enter this market. That will be my analysis for the week. So we're looking at a buy for GBP AUD when it gets to this level and gives us a reason to buy. GBP NZD, the same thing. We're looking to get a buy. Then Bitcoin, if you're into trading consolidating market, Bitcoin will be for you. There's easy, your entry point will be easy, your exit point will be easy. Consolidating markets are easy to trade until they break out of the consolidation. But while, as long as they're in the consolidation phase, you know where to buy, you know where to sell, you know where to set your stop loss. And let's go back to our default. We also looked at Euro USD. Now, I told you that my view on Euro USD for now is a sell, but the market is going to buy back up. And until it buys back up to this zone, I won't be comfortably selling it again. But when it gets to this zone, I will comfortably and gladly sell this market again. Now, the market might, last week, the market opened with a gap. There's every possibility again that this market will open with a gap because of the uncertainty. People who are making moves to hide their money, rather to protect their money. So I looked at Euro USD for a sell from 1.10500. That is for Euro USD. And GBP USD, I'm looking for a buy when the market gets back to here, because I believe that once GBP USD starts to buy, all those other GBP AUD, GBP NZD, it will trigger a buy in them. So I'm waiting the market to fade down this move to this level, say 1.31500. 1.31500, yes, for GBP AUD. Oh, sorry, for GBP USD, to fade the move for a buy. Well, that's my analysis for today. I hope you understand. I'll leave the floor now. I'll stop sharing my screen so that Mr. Josh can quickly share his screen.
USD will buy to what rate? To what point?
You said? What did you say?
Hello?
What did you say? What was your question?
You say Euro USD. You say Euro USD will be selling from at which level?
1.10500.
And the GP USD.
I'm looking to buy GBP USD from. It will continue to sell, but for me, GBP USD, I'm looking to buy GBP USD from 1.31500 when it comes back to test the zone.
1.31500. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll stop sharing my screen now so that Mr. Josh can share his screen. Hello, Mr. Josh. Robinson. Hello,
Yeah,
Mr. Robinson.
Mr.
Yes,
Josh
I'm here.
has, Mr. Josh is there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good
I
evening,
keep
sir.
Good evening, sir.
evening, sir.
yes, I keep saying it that a man has shared almost 6 assets to trade. I will share the few I will share. Robinson will come and share his own. The problem is that by the time we give you all these many assets to trade, you get confused. But I keep telling you, you mustn't trade everything. All these things we're showing you, we don't trade all. What we said is where there are opportunities in the markets, and these opportunities, you as a trader will choose which one you want to trade. See, let me tell you, you mustn't trade all these things. Even if it is, as we're doing this analysis, take down your this thing and start writing. Somebody is asking the video for these things. 1 hour video, look, I'm taking myself as an example. I attend courses that are 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. Bros, if I tell you that I go back to watch those videos, I'm telling you lies. That's the simple truth. There is no time to watch, to sit down and watch. Sometimes I'll just put my earpiece and be listening to the, before you know it, I'll sleep off. It's not like being in the physical class. That is why those classes, see, some paid classes I attend on Forex, some of them span into 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Brother, because I need that thing, I'll be awake to ensure that I see the person that is teaching me. I don't believe in videos. Yes, if you want the video, you can if you have time, you can, but it's not like being in the class. Sit down and write these things we have written that we are telling you. Write it down on your jotter. That's why those in advanced class, I think Imam, if Imam has not taught that, he will teach you trading journal. In your trading journal, you will write, look, I am for this week, I'm trading this pair, this pair, this pair. Why am I trading this pair? Based on the fact that, look, I'm expecting a double top, expectation buy. At what price? This. That is what will guide you. When you wake up in the morning or Monday morning, you open, what am I looking at? Euro GBP, NZD USD, NZD JPY. These are the 3 pairs. If it did not give you opportunity, you mustn't trade that week. That is why we lose money in this market. Because you jump from one to the other one, you jump from one to the other one, you jump from that. At the end of the day, you make profit here. The next time, the next pair you jump into will take your profit. It's so unfortunate that I just have to say this. So one of the students called me and said, okay, Josh, how far? Any signal, this and that. I said, okay, because of I did analysis when I was taking a class on, I did a class when I was taking analysis on, when I was taking analysis, or when I was taking the intermediate class, I did analysis based on RSI and I think MACD. I told them that Euro NZD were expecting a continuous buy. That was on Thursday. That was on Wednesday or so. I said we'll be expecting a sell throughout the week. So on Thursday morning, somebody called me and said, "Oh, God, Josh, any signal?" I was like, "Signal? I think you were in the class or something." But I said, "But I told you Euro NZD for a buy. Sorry, a sell." He immediately entered the sell. Before he knew it, he started making profit. He screenshot the profit and sent to me. I said, okay, no problem. He asked me, when will he exit the trade? I told him, I'm looking at the price coming to take the low of on daily, that low, that the price high. That low, I'm expecting price to take out that low. Look at what I was telling him. I was expecting price. Look at my chart here. If you can see my chart, this Euro NZD. If you can see my chart, this market that was pouring down, I told before this thing started pouring, this thing, this sell, this massive sell. I told him I'm expecting price on Thursday, Friday to take out this low. That's my expectation. By the time it takes out, that was on Thursday or Friday morning, I don't know, can't remember. I said I'm expecting a sell, that my bias is that it will take out this low that it's coming to, that this low that took it high, that the price is coming to take out this low before anything it wants to do. I said, okay, that's my bias for me because I'm not a scalper. But he showed me his screen on 5 minutes. I was like, okay, since you're in 5 minutes time frame, actually I wasn't with my phone, with my laptop. I don't like doing analysis with my phone. I said, okay, if you're on 5 minutes, possibly you're a scalper, no problem. But take profit when the market has given you 10% of your account size, 10 or 5% of your account size, then you can exit the market. You know that this person exit the market with $5, 0.01. That means the market did 50 pips. 0.01, he exited $5. I went to enter another trade. I was expecting him to tell me, please, where you did? Let me come and give me this one. Let me pay offering or tithe. Because I saw how the market poured that Friday. I just chatted him and said, you must be in good profit. Hope you're in good profit. And only for him to tell me that he left the market at $5. I was like, $5. Okay, if you've made $5, no problem now. At least you've made money. Even if it is $1, you've made money. Only for him to tell me that he entered another trade on his own and lose the $5. You can imagine how painful it is. So I just brought this experience so that you guys will understand that you don't take all trades. That is the problem we're having in this market. Tell yourself, of all these things they have analyzed, I want to take like 3 trades. That is what I am looking at. 3 trades. If that 3 trades play out, you may not have time to start looking at so many. By the time you're looking at one, you've forgotten the analysis you did in the other one. And before you know, the market will play out. Say, hey, I was expecting this market to get to this point. But before I knew, the market left me. When the market have left, you want to enter. Before you know the market is going against you, you say, this is not working. The money that somebody that is tossing from one pair to the other will get. That's the advice I want to give you because of what played out. And you know, we are traders that have been trading for long. I will understand this psychology in trading. So please, my brothers, you mustn't trade everything. What you do is that if it is 2 or 3, take it and leave the market. Okay, I told somebody when we're discussing this thing, look at GBP JPY. I've always talked about this GBP JPY. Look at GBP JPY. Whatever it is, I told people that even if it's only GBP JPY you traded for last week, for crying out loud, you would have made all the money that you want to make. You would have made all the money you want. Somebody that entered this market at about 3 o'clock here on Friday, which is close of the market, entered this market for a sale. The person, as I speak, the market closed. The person had about $17 with 0.01. $17 rested on his on her terminal, because she just considered when you saw that, okay, enter for a sell 0.01. Always said this is almost like 3 weeks. This thing has have this chart.
Network is bad.
And the market is playing to the Sorry, the network was took me out. Yeah, so this GBP JPY, I've always said it is a sell, a sell, a sell. That's what I've said. It's a sell. GBP pairs, GBP is weak, so we're expecting any movement you see is just a pullback for opportunity to sell. As long as between Russia and Ukraine is still there, brothers and sisters, any buy you see on Euro pair is a pullback. It will continue the sell. Putin is always threatening fire and brimstone. Do you understand? Now, as it stands, they've entered KY. They've entered KY, or they have the main city. Very soon now, they will invade the presidential office, the presidential house. So what does that tell you? The guys are going, they are determined. He has given them three rules, three conditions for him to cease fire. And that three conditions, I doubt if Zelensky will adhere to that. So until that condition is met, Putin is not willing to go back, to retreat. So if that be, it's affecting the Eurozone. It's affecting the Eurozone. So that means as a result of that, you will see investors, they don't like putting their money, Emma said it, they don't like putting their money in a place where there is turmoil. Nobody wants to lose money. They will put their money in a safe currency, safe haven, CHF, JPY, USD, gold. They will always be putting their money there. So that's what you'll be looking at. These are fundamentals. When we talk about technicals, Emma told you that fundamental is always a driver. Fundamentals is what will create new highs and lows. Then technical analysis will continue from there. That's what is happening. So while we're trading now, you put your ear to the ground to listen to news. Many persons will say what is happening in Russia and Ukraine is not his concern, or as a trader, it's your concern. By the time you wake up this morning, now they've blown the biggest power station in Europe, which they are planning to do. What will happen? You sell euro, sell it to grave. So you must listen to this. So I've just given you one again, GBP JPY. We're still expecting a sell. My bias is still a sell. Anything you see in GBP JPY is a pullback. Anything you see in GBP JPY is a pullback. This market will continue to sell. Even at that, even if you come to daily time frame, you see that this thing is forming, even in technical analysis. Now this thing is forming an M. It's forming an M. Look at it from here. This market is forming an M. This is the first leg. This is the second leg. People are entering the room. Please, others, Emma, please be welcoming them. This is the next leg. And sorry? And I told you, if you understand stop run, I'm a fan trader of stop run. All those price language, you will always hear it. Other blocks, stop run, native levels. That is what I trade. So now, if you look at this, I've always told you that look, this market took out this high, and what it just did is a stop run. The market is coming down, and the stop run I know is that this market is coming to take out this loop, this one here. That is why I say this market, we're continuing the sell. We'll continue the sell. This will continue the sell. If you want to draw your native level, like if you are a day trader, if you are a day trader, we'll just expect this market to do a little pullback to this native level. The opening of this is daily time frame. The opening of this, sorry, the low of this is a monthly time frame. The low of 1st of March. 1st of March, this market will contest the low of 1st of March before it will continue the sell. Before it will continue the sell. So I'm expecting the market to do this. And where we're expecting the sell is here. I have drawn my order block on a daily time frame. We have drawn this order block on a daily time frame. This market have just, if you were in the chart pattern when Emma and Robinson took chart pattern, They say this place is the neckline for this. This place is the neckline. This is the neckline. So I'm expecting before it continues to sell. So this market that have broken below will come back, test this neckline before we continue the sell. So if the market opens, the market will open with a gap or whatever, but we're expecting, if you see a buy, what we are expecting a buy is a very brief buy. I told you, anything buy is a pullback. This is 85 pips. 85 pips, but we are expecting over 200 and something pips for the sale. If it is only this, if it is just GBP, JPY, you keep on your chart. Be looking at it, anything, even if it is 1 minute, anything that gives you a sell bias, sell it, you're on the trend. Sell it, and you have seen where we are taking it to. This other block, precisely where we'll be taking our take profit is 149,500. We'll be taking it to 149,500. That's where we'll be taking this price to. So even if you see a buy, allow it. Is buying toward a resistance for us to start selling. So we're looking at the for the seller. So that's for the GBP, JPY, NZD, USD. If you look at the monthly time frame, NZD, USD. Okay, NZD, USD. Look at weekly time frame. Now the market has broken above. The market has broken above this my native level with this momentum candlestick, weekly time frame. Now the market now got to a native level at this point, and it started coming down. But me, I am looking at possibly it coming to fill this void, if possible. Now we're expecting a sell. My bias for NZD USD for the week. Remember, this thing is a weekly time frame. It might not happen on Monday. It might happen on Tuesday. It might see it happen on Wednesday, Thursday. So what you'll be expecting is that possibly if you see a sell on Monday, Tuesday, a sell, what we are doing is that I have always told this group that look, market react. If the market started buying on Monday, Tuesday, now expect a reversal either on Thursday, yes, on Wednesday or Thursday. You expect a reversal. Expect a reversal on Wednesday or Thursday. So the market started buying on Monday, Tuesday. Now on Wednesday, look at for a reversal. That's if you start selling, expecting a buy on Wednesday or Thursday to conclude that week. The market will conclude that week with a buy. So most times that's what happened in the market. So if you see this market start selling by Monday, Tuesday to 0.67300, 0.67300, that is where we're selling the market to. Then after that, we'll now buy. We'll buy. As we buy this market, if you take out this high, where we're coming to is this other block. We're coming to this other block. That's why you see my arrow. We're coming to this other block. This market will buy. Emma told you he's a fan of what's it called? Head and shoulder or inverse head and shoulder. This thing is creating an inverse head and shoulder. It's creating an inverse head and shoulder. When it comes here now, it has created the second shoulder for what? A buy. So the market will create an inverse head and shoulder. Please, if you see this thing happen, at this point, this level here, at this level, when you see a candlestick that tells you to buy, a candlestick that tells you to buy, brother, buy this market because the market has done an inverse head and shoulder on a weekly time frame, then we'll be scaling up for a buy. So when we experience a sell, either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sell to this point, remember I said 0.67300, then subsequently we'll be expecting a buy, and this buy will be a very long buy. It will be a very long buy for NZD USD. a very long buy, 437 pips. I know you will not be there to wait for this. Even if it is 10, 100 pips, collect, 20 pips, collect. But you know that what we are saying is that this is the direction. So even if you're a day trader, you collect 100 pips, go out of the market. The next day, look for another opportunity to buy. Just be buying it small, small until you get this high. That is where we're looking at. That's why we say take your direction in a higher time frame. With this have drawn now, I can go to 5 minutes and start trading. But my direction is not taken in 5 minutes. It is taken in daily. It is taken in daily. So daily, the 5 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes will always align with my weekly analysis, my weekly direction. Even if it takes some time, it's going to align with the weekly direction. So my bias for NZD-USD is a brief sell, then we'll continue our buy. By the time it has formed the inverse head and shoulder, then we'll engage the buy. Okay.
Okay,
That's
excuse me, sir. Excuse me,
Yes.
sir, Mr. Josh. Like
Yes.
when it comes to what is this point here? Where is going to retest before going for buy? Where is
0.67300.
That's where to sell to.
Yes, that's why I feel it to sell to create an inverse head and shoulder. 0.67300.
Okay, then we'll now enter for a buy.
Yes, when you get to that point, you see a candlestick that tells you buy, then engage that buy. Engage the buy. Because this is an impulsive candle. In fact, this thing is a marabuzo. Last week candle is a marabuzo. It will be difficult for the market to just start selling immediately. The buy. It has given us the direction is a buy. So we're looking at that buy up to that point. So for now, we'll be expecting a brief sell, then we'll resume our buy. Hope we got that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we did.
All right, so that's what we are talking about. NZD-USD, giving our bias for NZD-USD. All right, I've given a bias for GBP-JPY, NZD-USD, NZD. Okay, now NZD-JPY, NZD-JPY. My bias for NZD-JPY is a buy. My bias for NZD-JPY is a buy. Now look at weekly time frame. Look at what I have done. I've said this market, I'm looking at it coming to this other block. Coming to this other block. That is what we are looking at. Those that were thought arrest, I will see that price has broken above line 50, which is equilibrium. So max the market just test
start to NZD-JPY.
serious.
Okay.
So which time frame is this?
This is weekly. Can you see NZD-JPY? Can you see my screen that says
Yes, we can see it now. We can see it now, but not too clear.
Okay, you can see it now. Sorry, could be network issue.
Not too clear. See blood.
There's a double bottom already, right?
Yes, yes. You said the chart is still blood?
Yes, somehow.
Is it still blood?
It's
Is
better.
the chart still blood?
Yes.
It's a bit better.
Better now.
Better now.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Now what I am saying is that when you see my bias for this market is a brief buy. My bias for this market is a buy. Now what I'm looking at is that this market have done, if you look at the market here, the market have done a double bottom. The market did a double bottom. Two things, what I'll be looking at, please listen. I'll be looking at price coming to 80,000. 80,000. That's for NZDJPY. The first take profit for NZDJPY, like on Monday, if I see that this market, even if I scale down to H4, and I see that this market gives me a bias for a buy, look at it, the market came to this point, this level, the high of last week. Look at the high of last week. The market broke above the high of last week, came back for a retest of this high, because I know it's not advisable for me to enter the market when the market just opened, especially during the Asian section. Why? Because the spread is high. Because the spread is high. So for me to avoid that, if I don't have much equity, I will want to do what? I will want to wait. Please remember, we have always said that patience is a virtue in this business. If you don't have patience, please try to buy one, because it will help you in your trade. Now, when you see this, that's why I told you I'm always a fan of native level. When this market has broken above this high of last week, it came back. Ordinarily, if you're looking at this chart, if you understand the native levels very well, it has broken. It came back for a retest. Left week behind is an opportunity for you to sell. It came back again, giving you another opportunity for a buy. Giving you an opportunity for a buy. So my bias is that I am buying this market up to 80,000. That is what I am looking at, 80,000 to buy NZDJPY to 80,000. That's this my line here. By the time it breaks above, I'm being look, in trade, I'm always very realistic. I don't tell you I'll buy forever. It is not my father's market. I will enter this market for a buy and take my profit first at 80,000. If it breaks above that, look at where I'm coming, this other block. I will wait for, I will buy the market also to this other block. What I mean is that I'll take my profit is that I will enter this market to this point. I will lock that profit first, lock it very well, do a very tight lock. If the market break above, came back to retest, even if it takes me at my take profit, no problem, no wala. But if it does not, then if it continues, if it continues the buy, then we're buying to this other block. That's why I told you I can do my analysis in a weekly time frame and even go to 5 minutes to take my trade. I don't have a problem. What am I going to do in 5 minutes? I want to take an early trade. Why? Because I have this mark, 80,000 is my direction. Even in one minute, I am buying to 80,000. Whatever is happening in 1 minute, I will not be scared because my direction is 80,000. If it breaks above 80,000, then we'll be looking at it coming to this other block. Enter this other block. If it leaves weak behind, then we know we are in for a sell. Now look at it here. On a weekly time frame, I'll look at this market because I'm expecting this market at 80,000 to create what is called head and shoulder. This is head, this is the left shoulder, and this is the right shoulder. This is the right shoulder it is coming to create, whatever it's creating it. So if it creates this, if it does not break above this, then we are in for a sell. We're in for a long sell. But if it breaks above this, then the market is coming back to this other block to react at this other block, thereby creating what is called what? A W. Creating what is called a W. And this W, if you understand harmonics pattern very well, this W is giving us a bat. It's coming to create a W. If the market gives me that, this is coming to create a W like this. That is the W is coming to create. But if it gets to this point, that means it is creating a head and shoulder. Then we'll be engaging the sell. But if not, then we are in for a buy. So my bias for NZDJPY is a buy. Is a buy. And how many pips am I looking at? If the market, if I enter at this point here, I'm looking at price 124 pips. 124 pips. 124 pips. If it goes to that other block, I'll be looking about 240 pips. So 120 something pips is our first take profits. I'm not a greedy trader. I know that the market is always there. If I collect 100 pips, no problem for that, for this NZD-JPY. I'll look for another pair to collect. So that is what we are saying. So NZD-JPY is a buy. If it breaks this, then we are going in for that other block. But if it does not, then we're in for a long sell. We're in for a very long sell. At least I know it will come and take out this low, to create a lower low, to take out this low. And if it takes out this low, then we'll be looking at coming to this other block. That will be coming when we come back for our analysis for next week. They'll be talking about it coming to this other block, depending on what the market gives us. That's why I told you we're in for a major sell, because if you take out this low and it's coming somewhere around here for sell. All right, so that's our bias for NZD-JPY. I don't know, this is past. Let me allow Robinson. Robinson, please, are you there? Robinson, please take over the floor and tell us what you have for CO2. Let's know what's happening. Robinson. Hello, Robinson. Robinson. Robinson in this room.
I don't think he's still in the room, but let me check.
Robinson is still here now. Robinson is there. Robinson, please, are you there? Robinson. Do you have something to share? Isn't it?
Just give me 2 minutes. Hello, good evening, everyone. Sir?
Good
Yes,
evening,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Okay.
Evening, madam.
Yes. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. Let me share my screen. Yes, I'm with you.
Wait. Before you share screen, let me give them Euro NZ, please. Let me give them Euro NZ. Please look at Euro NZ. All right, Euro NZD is what I want. The last one I want to share. Euro NZD, because price has broken below this. So now I went to, because in weekly time frame, it has broken levels that I'm expecting from a weekly time frame. So I went to monthly time frame to do my analysis. And monthly time frame, I observed that price is coming to a native level. This is yearly time frame. This is one last year. This is 2016. Price is coming to native level of 2016. So we're expecting price, if this market continues to sell, because with this impulsive candle, we're expecting a push up. We're expecting a push up. Possibly this week, let me look at it. Possibly this week, we might just be expecting price with this impulsive candle. We might be expecting price to buy up here to this point. To buy to this point, the low of the beginning of January 2022. By the time price get to this point, then we engage the sell. We engage our sell to this point. We engage our sell to 1.53300. But me, I'll be expecting a brief buy. Like I told you, because of the tension between Russia and Ukraine, all Euro, that thing is impacting negatively on Euro as a currency. Is impacting negatively on Euro. So any buy you see on Euro pairs is just a pullback. So a pullback to continue the sell. So if you see the buy, we're just buying for it to go and have a handshake with the elders, the previous elder, before it will continue the sell. So expect this, look at this I have drawn on my chart. Look at it. If the market plays out, then you engage yourself. So we're expecting a buy because of this impulsive candlestick. The market has created an imbalance called an FBG. So we're looking at price going back to do a repricing, going back to fill the imbalance before it continues to sell. So NZD, JPU, NZD, Euro, NZD, we'll be expecting a brief buy, then we'll continue our sell. So that's my bias for Euro, NZD. Isn't it? Please take over. Isn't it?
I'm with you.
Please take over.
All right. Okay. What about Robinson? Okay. What? I just have few pairs. GJ, I have the same bias with Mr. Josh for himself. Sell till around 153,000. So I'm not sharing the chart of GJ.
Isn't it? Want to share your screen?
Yes, I will just share for JPY.
Isn't it? Sorry.
Sell is around what area?
Hello?
Isn't it?
Sell is around to what point?
Sell till around 153,000 for GJ. So it's a continuous sale. I'm not even looking at it.
What? Isn't it? Please come again.
GJ.
One.
I'm not seeing that. It might not go for a retest based on the current situation of things. JPY is seriously powered, so it might not retest that broken neckline. The sell can just continue.
That's your screen. No.
So I have the same bias with him.
Okay, take it again, please, isn't it?
I'm trying to check the chart. I was already on this trade. So like he said, I mean, same bias. I might not wait for this retest, the retest of this broken neckline. I'm even expecting a gap down as market opens. So settle around this neckline first, the completion of this M for GJ. And DU technically is a buy, but based on what is happening, if he breaks this, you can see that GU has completed its own M. That's gone back to the bottom of this. But with the current situation of things, it might likely break this neckline and continue the sell. But expect a little pullback from GU before the sell will continue. A little pullback, but still a sell for the week. It might just pull back a little based on where it is. This is it on daily. Based on where it is. So expect a little pullback, but it's still a sell. Based on what is happening. USD forward. Then JPY. I'm seeing a sell on JPY. Of course, we know that they both are safe haven currencies. We have a head and shoulder at 125,900. So we are looking for a sell at around 125,900 for a head and shoulder. So that's
125 what?
900. So that will hold because fundamentally the both are strong safe haven currencies. Technically, we can see a head and shoulder on weekly time frame. So I'm expecting a sell on JPY. USD card is supposed to go for a sell. Why? Because card has strength. They increased their rate last week I was expecting a strong buy on CAD. But based on the fact that USD is strong, it's still giving us a range around 125,000, 127,000. So that was why I even posted for a sell on Friday. But when I saw what was happening, I had to exit. This is USD CAD. I'm expecting a sell though. This is it on H4. Why? Because CAD is seriously strong. They've increased their rates. But on the other hand, USD is strong too. So I'm not expecting any strong buy on USD CAD. But if I might just enter you can see it has given us a tweezer top at these two candles. So if you want to take excess risk, just go for a sell, then use it as your stop loss. Anything you're doing now, just use a tight stop loss based on fundamentals. Use it as a stop loss because I'm expecting a strong buy on CAD. I'm expecting a strong buy on CAD. And that was why I told some persons, we had CAD JPY last week for a sell, and it did exactly as we predicted. But because of the increment in their interest rates, I told some persons to just hold on because it might just buy. But because of the whole news, JPY is still very much strong. But this is a sell. USD CAD is a sell for me, even though USD is seriously powered, but it's a sell. So I think that's all. That's all. Euro JPY will continue to sell. Just wait for a little replacement on Euro JPY. Go for your sale. Anything on it, don't sell it. You can see Euro JPY and even the open 0.3 down. So anything on Euro, just sell. Euro JPY, just sell. It's a sell. Anyway, you want to enter it, enter it. If you can wait for a little retracement, but it's a sell. Euro JPY is a sell. Then I think that's all I have. I had NZD JPY. I had the same buyers with same buyers. So that's all I have. This Euro JPY on weekly time frame. Yes, it's currently sitting on 200 period moving average, but Euro JPY, this Euro JPY on weekly, currently sitting on 200 moving average. But I know, Mrs. Bell, please mute your mic. But I know this will go down. So it is a sell. You can see last week, you can see the gap down. You can see a serious gap down. This is where it closed the other week. But see the gap. They see it's a selling pressure, and it's sold throughout the week. It's sold throughout the week. This is the gap. See where it closed last week. It opened here. Then see the massive sell off. I don't know. Nobody spotted this last week. So you just wait for a little retracement and continue your sell. It's a sell market. So that's all I have for the week. That's all I have for the week. Hello, Sir Josh. Mr. Josh. Any other person in the room? Participants, do we have any pair? Do we have any other person? Do you want to show us any bias on any pair? Hello, does anybody want to share the screen with us? We mustn't be the one to analyze all the time now. Someone in the room should do something.
We have tried that this past 10.
Okay, no problem. So conclude, I'm done.
Robinson, is Robinson not here?
I'm not sure. Robinson is here. Does they have COT?
Robinson, do you have COT for them? Seems he's having network issue. Okay. Let's see fundamentals and see if there are news for the week.
Okay. Let me stop sharing.
Yes. Okay. Let's see if we have any serious news for the week. Okay. If you trade Chinese yuan, Oxy have AIG Services Index, ANZ job advertisement, but I don't think those ones move the market. Chinese yuan, if you trade Chinese yuan, trade balance and USD dominated trade balance, very important. So look out for it. Chef, unemployment rate. This will happen on Monday by 7:45 a.m. 7:45 a.m. on Monday. Chef will have unemployment rate. Look at, if you're trading chef pair, look at what happened in the market. Like we say, chef is a safe haven currency. So let's see what happens in the market. By 9 o'clock on that same Monday, chef have a foreign currency reserve. For chef, on Tuesday, JPY have bank lending and current account, average cash earnings, bank lending and current account. So we'll see what the impact it will have in the market. Let's look out for it based on what we have analyzed. JPY still have same on Tuesday. JPY have economic watcher sentiment and will have leading indicators. So it's actually a high impact news for JPY. So look out for it and see how it will improve your trade. Euro have Italian retail sales, final employment change, revised GDP quarter to quarter. Revised GDP quarter to quarter. I don't think this will I don't think this will have much impact in the market because of the turmoil or the tussle between these countries, the Eurozone and all of that, affecting Euro, like I said earlier. AUD, RUBA Governor Louis speaks. So let's see what his speech will, the impact to have on the market. JPY also have final GDP price index on Wednesday, final GDP quarter to quarter. JPY have M2 money stock year to year. Okay, another one that will be impactful is on Thursday. Euro have their main refinancing rates, monetary policy statement, ECB press conference, CPI, core CPI. So look out for this news. That's rate news on Thursday. Possibly, Euro might increase their rates. They might hike their rates. They might hike their rate. So look out for it on Thursday by 1:45 p.m. before the opening of the US section. 1:45.
Sorry, sir, they will hike. They will hike.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I said they might hike the rates because so many persons have. If you look at the chart is actually oversold. So possibly they might hike their rates so that investors will enter and buy their currency. So let's look out for it on Thursday. On Thursday, to look out for it. If they don't hike their rate, please listen. If they don't hike their rate, please say Euro. As in, just put your your cursor on sell, continuous sell. Just be selling Euro because they did not increase their rate, even at the expense of what is happening to them. So please, if they don't increase the rate, after 30 minutes when the news comes out, please increase. Please increase the rate. Sorry, please sell off Euro. Sell off Euro because it will negatively impact on them. USD, because they will not allow their currency to die now. So they want to, in the face of this turmoil, they want to hike their rates so that investors will not lose confidence. Or if they make mistake, leave their rate unchanged. Please, we need to sell euro very well. We need to sell it. Then USD has CPI that same Thursday, CPI and core CPI, unemployment claim, natural gas storage, 30-year bond auction, federal budget balance. Very important and impactful news. High impact news. So look at it and see what happened to USD on Thursday by 2:30 p.m. Okay, I think that's basically major news we have. Okay, on Friday, GBP have what is called GDP month to month. It's a very important one. Goods trade balance, index of services, 3 months to 3 months, industrial production month to month, manufacturing production month to month. So that's for GBP. Let's see how it impacts on GBP. Very important news. So look out for it. CAD have employment change, unemployment rates, capacity utilization rates. So look out for at 2 p.m. on Friday. CAD have this news. So look out for it on how it impacts on the market. Those currently in advanced class, Imam must have told you how to analyze the news, both the previous reports, the previous data, the expected and the actual. So we'll use this to gauge the sentiment of the market. So please look out for this news as you're trading on a daily basis. Ask yourself, what news do we have for this day? Because you might be buying a particular currency, and when it gets to that point, that time when the news will come out, you see that the market will be going in a different direction. You start asking, what is the problem? Why? Because you do not know that there is a news on that time, that particular time. So look at, as you wake up in the morning, which pair am I trading? What news do they have for today for this pair? What time is the news? If the time is 4 o'clock, please buy that market or sell the market up to 2, 3 o'clock and leave the market if possible. If that's giving your take profit, leave the market and wait for the news to come out so that you know the direction of the market. But if you're not in the market, please wait until the news comes out so that you know the direction where investors are putting their money. All right, good evening, everyone. Based on this, we officially call the weekly analysis a close, and we'll say thank you very much because we've asked, isn't it, asked if there is any question or if anybody have any charts to share with us, and nobody has any charts to share with us. But I want to tell you, it's actually not good. It's actually not good because it boosts your confidence if you can look at the chart, even if you think you're not correct, bring it, let's analyze it together. By the time 2 or 3 persons analyze that particular pair, it boosts your confidence on what you're saying if it is in tandem with your bias. But we just believe subsequent ones, some persons will come up with their own analysis. But we've given you our analysis for the week, ranging from commodities, ranging from currency. So do well to go through all of this. Like I told you, you mustn't trade everything. Take 1 or 2 or 3 pairs and put it on your radar and see what happens to the market. So good evening, everyone. If you have not funded your life account, please do well to fund the life account with FS Space. They are the ones that have given you this opportunity to enjoy this weekly life analysis of the market. Fund your life account with FS Space and take advantage of what is happening in the global markets and make some profits. Until then, see you on the right side of success. See you happy next week as you trade this asset you have discussed. If you have any question, you put it on the chat, we'll respond to you. Until then, from all of us at FS Space and UTB Trading Academy, we'll say good evening and have a good night rest. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir Josh.
We
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Please remember to fund your account this week. Very important.
Good night,
If not
Mrs.
funded your
Ezine.
life account, you are wasting our efforts. So try to do that within the week. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Thank you, ma. Thank you
Good
so
night,
much.
Ezine.
Good night.
Good night.